Well, hello everybody, and welcome to our Coaching FAQ open house. I'm so happy you're here, and I'm so honored to share my story and tell you a little bit about myself and how it all started for me and what I learned so far. So, my name is Judith. I am a Diamond Beachbody coach, and I started 2 years ago. It was my 2 year coach anniversary not too long ago. So, the way it started for me was I've come from a very, very long road of yo-yo dieting, um, starting diets every 2, 3 months and just failing after 2 weeks because I really didn't know what to do and I didn't have the mindset and I was lost. I was 60 pounds overweight. I was clinically depressed, suffering from anxiety, unmotivated to do anything. I felt like a bad mom to my 2 kids. I had two back then, and it just something just had to give. And I remember the exact moment when I was taking my son to the car. He was about 35 pounds the most, I think, and I had to carry him because he fell asleep. And it honestly was just a very short walk, and I wanted to die. And then I realized that, oh my gosh, I'm carrying more than that on me willingly every day, like double that, right? If he was 30 pounds, I had 60 to lose. So that kind of was a really big wake up call for me. And I finally was ready to do something. It's funny when you actually remember the moments when you were ready to make a change. So just quickly fast forward, otherwise I can talk about this forever. Um, I did PIO and 21-day fix, and honestly, they did change my life. I tried counting calories and doing it more on my own, and I was successful only a very little time before I went bananas with it. And getting Beachbody, getting the support and the meal plan is so simple to follow, and then getting into the group where you're motivated and inspired every single day by your coach and by your the fellow ladies who are there, right? It just started working for me, and I really haven't looked back ever since. I became a coach, um, for basically for my own accountability first. Thought, if I have to motivate others, I really have to work on myself. But then I realized that my main reason wasn't really myself anymore. I was in such an awful place 2.5 years ago that I just never ever want anybody to be there. And unfortunately, I have met several ladies so far in my journey who are there or who have been there. And I'm proud to be a part of that journey and help them move forward, because that's not a very, very happy place when you're so not happy about yourself that you really don't want to do anything and you're just going in a vicious circle. So the reason I'm doing this is because of them, because of me, and because of my children. Since then, I actually added a little baby to our family. She's now 5 months, and very honestly, I can say that if it hadn't been for Beachbody, if it hadn't been for my coach pushing me and being there beside me all this time, if it hadn't been for my health journey, my life changing, I would not have her, because I would probably not work from home. I would probably be unhappy, depressed. There would have just not been a healthy environment to have another baby. So there's a lot of amazing things that just came out of this journey, and still will. Now, I was saying I'm going to talk about one of my biggest objections, because I sat on this idea for months. Should I become a coach? How much time is it going to take? What am I going to have to do? I'm still overweight. Who wants to be, coached by me? But one of my biggest fears was social media. First of all, I was hardly on social media. The only reason I had Facebook is because I had my family overseas. So every once in a while, I posted some pictures so they could see. And I had my mommy group, my my birth club, and I kept in touch with them with my when I had my second baby. So I didn't have too many friends. I really had no clue about social media. I only knew Facebook. I didn't know Twitter. I had no clue about Instagram and all the other things. I was super private. So I really didn't put a lot of pictures up. They were all, I kept just close friends. And I just the thought of putting my life out there was another reason for me to become anxious. Like seriously, put my before and after on, like when I was like my heaviest and my worst, and I felt the worst. I just I couldn't imagine, and that was something that really kept me back for a while. And then when I jumped in, I didn't post it right away. You know, there are some people who are ready and they just like, okay, I'm ready to go. This is me and I'm doing this and let's do this and you join me and I help you. I wasn't that person. I had to kind of sit on it and wait and be having the perfect moment. But since then I learned that there's really not a perfect moment. However, giving myself time let me realize it wasn't so bad. It was actually empowering. I remember the first time I posted my before and after. I wanted to just go up. I was that nervous. And my coach, Ellie, was just like, okay, post and walk away from the computer. So I did that. And then hours later, I came back and there were like 100 messages and likes, and they were all positive, and it was so empowering for me, and I felt that I was empowering others, that hey, if I can do this, then you can too. So it kind of went from there. We have so much training and support available about how to go about this social media, and if you are private, how you can still be private and have a personal album and profile versus having your coaching life public so people can see it and reach you. Um, Also, I found that since I was part of a few groups, mom groups, and things that I'm interested in, and just be myself and be talking to other people and posting, I gained friends. So it wasn't even that hard to expand my network. Just be friends and not just go out there and be the salesperson, because of course that's another big deal. But I'm not covering that right now. So I find that the more I do this, the less anxious I get about posting. Um, you know, you just be yourself and you post your life and you share public what you want, and you keep private what you want. So if you have children and you want to have your albums totally private, you can do that. So that's a big fear for a lot of people, including myself, that how am I going to be able to balance that? But it is possible. And social media, now I know more. I'm still behind. I don't use Snapchat, for example. I don't even know how. But I have Twitter, I have Instagram. I remember when I joined Instagram and I got a text from an old friend saying, finally, Judith, you're there, finally. And I'm learning, and in my free time, I try to educate myself. There are lots of material out there available, as well as amazing training in our group. As Ami mentioned, we are a top elite team, and we have a really great training developed by her. So you don't have to be worried about this. And I'm telling you, when you're sharing your photos, even though it's scary, you are helping others, you're empowering others, you're motivating others to start doing something, because there are so many people out there who need help, and so many who might never reach out to you, but they will see your pictures and they start working on themselves, or they start taking a step forward. And that's what it's all about, to help. And anybody who knows me, that's what I'm all about, and this is why I'm doing this. So this is it. And you know what? I'm very happy to tell you anything if you have any questions about posting anything like that, or even my journey. So please comment below and I'll be happy and available to answer questions. Thank you for listening and hope you're enjoying today.